I'm tired of letting people into my life only for them to break me further. I really need to vent. This guy recently started working at my job, and it felt like we had an instant connection. I'm going to change up some of the details for confidentiality. I have a strong work ethic. I prioritize my job and excel at what I do. This guy recently started working with me, and we made a phenomenal team the very first day we worked together. He is also 40 while I'm 30. He is a doctor and I'm a nurse, so there is that difference, but we tackled everything together. After that first day, he asked me to grab some drinks with him after work. We had some drinks and went over to his place. He was really big on making sure I was comfortable, especially because he felt the chemistry between us. One thing led to another, and we ended up kissing a few times. I ended up going home, and we texted the whole night talking about how we can't get enough of each other. He told me how he can't believe I'm single, how I'm beautiful, and how he didn't expect to fall for someone he works with. That connection was movie magic. I really felt it. We hung out several times after that, but we started having issues. He has been through a lot of trauma and I have too, but he tends to get drunk after work and deals with it by drinking. Most of the time, we just end up drinking and sleeping super late. Despite this, he is still incredible at work and continues to be a reliable coworker. I get that everyone needs to unwind, but I noticed we would get into a lot of fights whenever we were both drunk. I'm a communicative person, but he gets upset and triggered by just about everything I say or do when I'm drunk. He tells me that I'm dramatic, too sensitive, and that I give him panic attacks. When I try communicating with him, he will say things like, "I don't do drama. I can't deal with this." And will go on to say that we're both just really different people. He is on new psych meds, so I don't know if the alcohol along with these new ones is the reason for his behavior. Fights/disagreements we have gotten in, all while drunk. Him getting upset with me, talking during a movie that we were watching when I was never talking. Me getting upset due to this, only for him to get even angrier and then telling me that he needs space. Being the communicative person I am, I tried asking him to explain what I did wrong. This made him even angrier. I was asking too many questions and not respecting his space. All I wanted was reassurance. Him saying that he doesn't like to talk about work, but will then talk about work to vent, and will then get annoyed if I talk about it. Him kicking me out of the room whenever he needs space. Him yelling at me for expressing my frustration about being invalidated. When I told him yelling is a trigger for me, he didn't even hold any accountability. Me offering emotional support when he opened up about something traumatic only for him to respond by saying that he doesn't need positive encouragement. After constantly fighting, we decided to just stay friends. I just don't understand how people can switch up so quickly. 2 weeks ago, he was telling me how he's literally in love with me and how this feeling scares him because the last girl he fell in love with really broke his heart. He also told me how he wants to do all these amazing things for me and with me. I haven't felt this kind of connection with someone in a really long time. I can't deny that there is something there. He had literally asked me to move in. I know that any kind of connection that happens this fast is never good. But I fell hard and I fell fast, and now my heart just feels so heavy because I see all these amazing qualities in him, but he turns into a horrible person when he's drunk. Sober him doesn't even realize it because every time I try talking to him about it, he just dismisses it and makes me feel like I was too drunk and perceive things incorrectly. He told me last night that he knows what kind of woman he wants and that I'm not it. But at the same time, he tells me he really likes me. I feel hurt, confused, and angry. I feel like he gaslighted me, manipulated me, and continues to make me feel like I'm crazy for expressing how I feel because of his words and actions. I wish there was some way I can get it through his head without him avoiding the conversation or throwing the blame onto me. Lastly, I feel like I'm never enough for people. I know what I bring to the table, but even that isn't enough for people. It makes me question if something is really wrong with me to be so unlovable. Not sure what I'm looking for by posting this. Maybe some validation? Some advice? Someone to tell me that I'm not crazy?